Hello, Collective. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Una Fierce, the Eclectic Witch, and this is my tarot show. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all wonderful. Just going to clear the energy in the space here. All right. So, you guys are all enjoying your weekend. It's snowing here where I am. We're getting a blizzard this weekend. It's supposed to go on for the next couple of days. So that's always interesting. I love watching the snowfall, though. Don't mind it at all, except for driving, and it is not my favorite thing, but oh well, we get what we get, right? So, Spirit, please help me to bring a clear and concise energy to the collective. And we are using the Moonology deck today because it is a new moon in Capricorn. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, Spirit, what would you like the collective energy to know? It says confidence is your key to success on the bottom of the deck. We'll see if that's part of it. All right, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know today, this Sunday afternoon? I'm putting this message out a little late today, you guys. I had a busy week, and it just wasn't a priority this morning, I'm sorry to say. I was tired. Had to catch up on my sleep a little bit and do some other things for work, so I'm getting to it anyway. I'm sure you all understand. Let me flip the timer. Oops. All right, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know today? One card for the collective, Spirit. All right, I'm just going to take the one that flipped over. It says, be bold and make the first move. All right. All right, Spirit, what about this first move? What else can we know about this, Spirit? Expect powerful change. Okay. I like where this is heading. New moon eclipse. Okay. And we've got the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. All right, one more card, Spirit. And we've got luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Got a few new moon cards here. All right. So there we go. I'm going to move this down just a little more. Try to keep it on the white part of the table here. All right. So I feel like you are making some changes. Right? Spirit's asking you to get going on this. I feel like this is going to be successful, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. Okay. I feel like you're seeing progress in this already. And Spirit is letting you know that this is going to be a fruitful venture that you're working on. So very good. All right. So that's a good beginning. All right, Spirit. Let's see what else we can find out about this. Go with the celestial insights. All right. Spirit, what else can we know about this? One more time. All right, Spirit, what about be bold and make the first move? Renewal. You are entering a phase of renewal and fresh energy. Have you been feeling worn out? It's time to refresh yourself. Whether by resting or changing your environment, new energy is on the way. All right, yeah, I feel like Spirit is asking you to get going with this. Okay, there may be a call for you to give yourself some me time. Okay, I feel like you've really been busy at something, okay, and maybe overworking yourself a bit. I feel like Spirit's asking you to pay attention to your feminine energy and balance yourself a little bit. I feel like you've been heavily in your masculine, and there's a need to give yourself a little you time, right? Some Get your nails done, do your hair, take a nice bath, just maybe do some Reiki on yourself. Just get yourself balanced and ready, because there are going to be some big changes, okay? You can expect this powerful change. And what about that, Spirit? All right, I'm just going to take the one that hit the table. All right, we've got clarity. Clear vision is leading you forward. Have you been feeling uncertain? Clarity is emerging. Take action with confidence and trust in your path. I feel like you've been experiencing a little bit of confusion about what you should be doing, okay? Maybe you have had some certain responsibilities that have been making you nervous about making these changes, right? You've been unsure about how to move forward into this new path. I feel like you're starting to see the changes happening, all right? And it's making it clearer to you what it is that Spirit wants you to be doing, which is, by the way, what you want to be doing, what you really want, what your higher self wants, okay? But I feel like you've just been feeling uncertain about how to get there, and you're starting to see the ways that you can bring this in, the way that you can change things to make this happen. Okay, Spirit wants you to know that what you're seeing, what you think might be a good idea, that is, you can go ahead and take action on that with confidence. That is what you need to do. Okay. All right, the energy is gaining momentum. What about this, Spirit? I'm not going to take all these. I really would just like one, please, Spirit. One card. One card for the energy is gaining momentum, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, and there's emotion again. That was on the top. Okay. Emotion. Your emotions are guiding you through life's changes. Have you been suppressing your feelings? Let them flow naturally. Whether joy or sadness, your emotions are your strength. Yeah, I feel like Spirit's just saying that how you're feeling about things is your truest guidance to what it is that you're supposed to be doing, supposed to, in quotes. Because the reason that is, your higher self is universal energy. Like that is your higher self knows what you need and knows what you should be doing and knows what you want to be doing. And the way that you know what it is that your higher self wants is by gauging your emotional response to things. If it doesn't feel good, if it feels yucky, then it's not for you. Okay. And if you're feeling good about things, that, get your heart pumping, you're smiling when you're thinking about it, you're knowing that it's what you want, it's knowing that it's what you enjoy, it makes you happy, it makes you feel good, then that's your gauge to know, like, if it's for you or not. Okay. Yeah. That's how you know which direction to go here. If it's not the thing that makes you happy, then you want to leave that alone. If it does make you happy, then you want to follow that rabbit hole. Okay. Our emotions are our guide to knowing our purpose and our spiritual path and what it is that's for us. Okay. Does that make sense? All right, Spirit, what is luck is on your side? All right. One card, please, for luck is on your side, Spirit. Got freedom. Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel light, free, and alive. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you just need to, I feel like you've been, like I said, you've been on the fence about, like, I know that I want this one thing, but I just don't know how to get there. I don't feel free to move forward into this because of, again, these certain responsibilities that I have. All right. But I feel like Spirit's telling you that you don't need to worry about the details. You don't need to worry about the details, because when you make this move, it's going to be successful. Okay, you can do this. You can go ahead and take flight. You're like the baby bird, that's unsure about jumping, but the mama bird wouldn't have put the babies 50 feet in the air if mama bird didn't know that it was capable. Spirit knows that you're capable of this and knows that it's going to be successful if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to just take the jump. Okay, but I feel like you're going to have to put down your worries and leave them behind. Okay, you're this is a trust fall. I feel like you're feeling challenged about that. You're afraid that the universe is not going to catch you, but Spirit is saying release that. Okay, and do what it is that makes you feel alive, feel wonderful. Do what it is that you know that you want to do. Okay, you can do this with fervor, huh? I don't know. I don't ever use the word fervor. I don't even really know what that word means. You can do this with passion. You can do this with just a knowing that everything is going to work out for you, because it is for you. And you know that because it's what you want, right? Okay. So, Spirit, moving on. Let's find out what can we know more about renewal, Spirit. Oops. What can we find out in the Alice deck today, Spirit? All right, Spirit, what about this renewal? I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. Yeah, see, her face looks very uncertain. She just doesn't know, she in the thing is that we're not always meant to know exactly how it's supposed to go. And in fact, probably I'm going to say most times, or if not all the time, it's not for us to know the future. We're at least not all the details. Spirit might give us a hint here or there with our synchronicities and things, to help guide us along, but we're not going to get all the details ahead of time. If we were, then what would be the point of having the life experience at all if we already knew what was going to happen? Like, we're meant to feel our way through the experience of it and enjoy the journey as we go. I feel like you're definitely ready for change, but you're kind of taking a moment to make the plans, decide how it's got to look, what needs to happen here, how do I move forward with this. And I feel like with this renewal card, that's okay. Spirit's saying that's okay. You can take your time, but not too long, okay? Because it is time to get moving here, okay? But I feel like Spirit's asking you to not focus so much on the fact that you don't know the outcome, okay? That you're being asked to just trust. Know that what is for you will be there. Like, you do know, because you feel in alignment with this. I feel like Spirit's just asking you to now get your mind and your heart in alignment with this, and stop. You're going to have to do that by, you're going to have to stop focusing on whatever this is, your burdens, your worries. You're going to have to stop focusing on that and just start knowing that it's going to work out, and knowing that it is for you, and knowing that everything is going to work out 100% perfectly, exactly how you need it to. And just allow yourself to be to stay in the moment and to enjoy what's happening. Enjoy seeing it unfold. Enjoy the miracles of, what the universe is doing. Like, just allow yourself to let the surprises come and smile about it when it does. Recognize it for what it is. That, yeah, that's you, God. I know that's you there, doing what I need to do, doing what I need to happen. You're moving the mountains behind the scenery, and I know that, and I see that. I see you there, God, and I enjoy that. Just know that the universe is working in your favor, okay? But you don't need to be focused on the details and the how and the hows and the how, how's it going to happen and all that. Just allow the universe to do its part. You just stay in alignment with what it is that you want and allow the mountains to move for you, okay? What about this clarity, Spirit? Curiouser and curiouser. Discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. Divine Holy Energy only, please. Good morning, Spirit. Spirit, is this curiouser and curiouser card supposed to be in the upside down? No. Okay. All right. I didn't think so. All right. Yeah, I feel like Spirit really wants you to notice the synchronicities and the weird part of this, the mystery of the journey, the mystery of how the universe works. We see this hand here over her. It doesn't seem to be connecting, but I feel like this is the hand of God over you, guiding this, making this stuff happen for you exactly as it needs to. We got party lights and confetti and stuff up here. There's gold falling on her. I feel like Spirit wants you to notice and allow and find joy in the fact that you don't have to be worried about this, that you can just rest a little bit and relax and just, I'm hearing, do the minimal. Do the minimal, which is so unusual, for what we're used to. We're used to, if everything comes with hard work. I feel like Spirit's trying to show you that you don't really have to force things. You don't have to chase. You don't have to work hard. You can just do what you know, okay? Do what has to happen, and for your part, like you have to, if you own a business and you want clients, well then sure, you're going to have to buy some advertising. But then once you buy the advertising, know that it's going to get to the right people. And I feel like the Spirit's asking you to just trust and believe and know that, and allow it and enjoy watching it happen. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What about this emotion, Spirit? Tell me more about emotion, Spirit. We've got forget who you are, conditioning falls away, memory no longer defines you. then under that, also that flipped over in the deck, it's always tea time, eternity, endless moments, repetition. I'm going to take them both. I feel like this is, I'm hearing the past doesn't necessarily have to repeat itself. Okay. So a reason why the past tends to repeat itself is because we've been taught that that's a fact. That history always repeats itself. And I feel like Spirit's saying you have control over this. And your emotional frequency is what controls this. Okay. If you decide to believe that history always repeats itself, then you put yourself in the emotional state of, if it's something bad, then you are expecting bad, right? You're like, that you get nervous and you're like, oh no, I've been here before this has happened. I remember how this didn't go very well last time. Then that's what's going to happen again. Okay. But if you are of the understanding, if you forget, of course you're not going to forget, but if you retrain your brain and understand that it doesn't have to be that way, that really the truth is that it's about how you are feeling emotionally about it, how you are allowing yourself to, what frequency you're allowing yourself to be in. Okay, are you staying in a place of joy where you're expecting, I know already, Spirit, that that this is going to be successful, and that I'm all these clients are coming to me, thank you, that all these wonderful things are happening, then that's what's going to happen. You are manifesting this either way. It's your choice. Do you want to expect the old, or do you want to expect what it is that you want? And of course, obviously, the answer is that you want to expect what it is that you want. And with this, I feel like Spirit's just wanting you to remember that, you can repeat history if you want. Sure, we could go back generations where nothing was successful for our whole family line, that we've all been poor, and, that nothing ever worked out, and you can go that way. But why would you want to do that when you have options? Now that you know that you can control this narrative, it's time to be the generational curse breaker and make these changes in your own life. Okay, and then a result of that, you will be teaching that to your youth and your family line, right? And changing the timeline for all of you for eternity. Eternity is on this repetition, endless moments. It will continue that way. If you learn this lesson now, you can change it for yourself for the future, but also for everybody, and that's just an add-on. What about freedom, Spirit? About freedom, Spirit? What can we know about freedom? What else should we know about freedom? Spirit, thank you. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like that's a pretty definitive answer as far as trying to decide, do I stick with the old or do I move on to the new? The fact of the matter is that the old timeline is gone. The three-dimensional way of living is over. We really don't have options. If we're trying to hold on to the way things have been, that's all falling away. So what is there to hold on to? There's nothing left to hold on to with that. Okay. Spirit's trying to give you a heads up that you really must do this work. You really must believe in what it is that you're calling in. That is the way forward, and that is the future. That's the good future, at least, because those old things are just non-existent anymore. There's nothing there. Spirit is asking you to stick with it, because that's where the winning is. Okay. All right, this seems to be career related. Check out these money moves. One more time. All right. So, Spirit, tell me about, I wonder what will happen next. You have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Focus on your needs. And that's on its side. So there's a difference there. Spirit, hello again. Hello, Divine Energy. Spirit, is the power card supposed to be on its side? No. Okay. All right. Well, then clearly Spirit is showing you, look at you're on your throne, okay? You do have the power to manifest this in the way that you desire, okay? It will be up to you to decide what you are going to create here. Spirit is saying if you want to be able to create a new career with this new thing and have it be successful and take care of your bills, that's fine. That's going to work. But you can't be on the fence, wondering if it will or not. It's you have to decide that that's how it's going to go. Okay. So you're going to want to focus on the knowing that it's going to take care of you. Okay. What about this curiouser and curiouser Spirit? Exhausted, feel financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge and regroup. And this was upside down, and I'm going to leave it upside down. I feel like you've been exhausting yourself with this. Just your constant worry about it is the problem here. That the Spirit is really telling you you can let this go. You're doing this to yourself. Okay. You don't have to be exhausted with this. You don't have to be feeling financially drained. There's no reason for it. You're just creating that in your head. Spirit is asking you to regroup your thoughts. Okay, get back on the right frequency here with this. What is forget who you are, and it's always tea time, Spirit? Closed doors, no good job opportunities. The current job is coming to an end. Start all over again. Yeah. Clearly, Spirit wants you to walk away from the old. Okay. This, I feel like this is a heads up I'm letting you know right now that that's not going to work anymore. And I feel like I've given this message probably like 4 times now since I've started doing these readings. The 3D is closed, you guys. That's all done. We're not giving our energy for money anymore. Not all of our energy. We're not giving everything of ourselves anymore to. We've been accustomed to having to work to live, to fight to live, to start saying no more of that. You don't have to do that anymore. You can manifest this now. You can use your emotions and your heart and your mind together to create a new beginning. Okay. It requires a little bit of work, right? But it's nothing like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be blood, sweat, and tears anymore. But it is, you do have to adjust the way that you're doing things in order to get into alignment with this. Okay, so Spirit is asking you, please get into alignment with this. It's so much easier and funner. Okay, and you get to do the things that you love. So what are we waiting for? There's nothing to wait for. Okay, you can't go back to yesterday, Spirit. What is this? One more card. Okay. Got looking, have an eye for beauty, and uncover hidden charms. Seek and you will find. And then we've got investments. Investments made will have a positive result that will bring prosperity. Invest wisely. Yeah. I feel like again, I feel like Spirit's just saying, stay mindful, okay, and appreciate the things that you're seeing happening for you, okay, and this is really the only investment that needs to happen in this. You just need to expect abundance and know that the universe has got you, and believe that it's happening, and believe that it's going to be everything you need, and believe that everything is always working out for you, and just enjoy watching it happen and find real joy in that. Like, let it tickle you how Spirit works in your life and brings these things to you. And I feel like that, and just a little bit of masculine energy, is going to be all that is required of us in the future. We're finally getting the chance to rest. This life doesn't have to be as hard as we've been made to believe that it does. And that was never the intention of God, for us to kill ourselves in order to stay alive. Okay. I am going to leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, I would enjoy it if you would like, subscribe, share the video. Please feel free to leave a comment. If there's anything that you can add to this that would help your fellow man, that would be absolutely amazing. We are all in this together, so anything that can help would be great. And I thank you all for being here, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have an amazing Sunday, you guys. All right, bye-bye.